Hello and welcome to the Parkhall Hotel near Chorley in Lancashire in the 1995 Embassy World Pool Championships. More than £24,000 at stake here, as well as, of course, the most prestigious titles in the 8-ball game. Now, we already know in the men's singles event the name of one finalist. It's dazzling Daz Ward. We're about to find out who he'll play in that final. The second semi-final features the man they call Tornado, Jason Twist. He's a fine snooker player. He's an even better pool player, as you're about to discover. His opponent is Terry Hunt, a man who had to battle his way through the grueling qualifying rounds just to get to this tournament proper. He's nicknamed the Blade, and he's looked razor sharp in reaching the last four during the course of the competition. Well, we're about to meet both players as they bid for a place in the final. Here's our MC, Alan Hughes.
First, a player who has reached the semi-final the hard way by coming right through the qualifying rounds. He's ranked the 10th best player in the United Kingdom. He's a former Welsh Masters and Welsh and Dorset Open champion, and he won the Pro Tour on the same weekend as the Open. One of this year's dark horses to win the world title, he had a terrific win over highly rated Keith Brewer in the quarterfinal. Ladies and gentlemen from Sheffield, will you welcome, please, the Blade himself, Terry Hunt. And Terry's opponent, the world number 7 and an England international and former Brunswick Masters champion, who is having a tremendous tournament, and his quarterfinal, Cliff Hannawing, was something really special. Frederick Balliard, Nigel Davis and Stacey Vine have been defeated on his way into this semi-final. Will you welcome, please, from Ilfracombe, the Devonshire and the Tornado, Jason Twist. Now, ladies and gentlemen, will you welcome the international referee for the match, Marshall Mortar.
First frame, Jason Twist to break.
The Parkhall Hotel in Chorley, Lancashire, the backdrop for the 1995 Embassy World Pool 8-Ball Championships. It's Jason Twist from England versus Terry Hunt from England. And breaking off Jason Twist.
Open table.
No luck at that particular visit. Nothing dropping. So the qualifier, Terry Hunt, finds himself in with the first visit. And what a story he's been in this tournament. 9+ matches for a place in this semifinal. But to those that know him and know the world of pool here in the UK, no surprise. Though misses like that will be a surprise. I haven't seen much of that from him. Early days and probably a little bit of nerves. Good opening red from Jason Twist. But he's going to need an equally good putt to continue. Very fortunate, as I have all week, my experts in the commentary box, yet again to be joined by who's becoming a good friend of mine, very knowledgeable in this sport, Greg Farron. And yourself, Greg, a beaten finalist in this event last year. So you're on the sidelines this year, and what do you think about it?
Yellow balls to play.
Yes, well, Jim. The reason I'm on the sidelines is because this fella here playing now, Terry Hunt, managed to beat me in the last 32 of the competition, and so it's not too bad.
Yes, you probably as well as anyone know these two players very well. You see a lot of them during the tour
Second visit.
throughout the UK. Second visit now for Jason Twist. You're allowed the second visit when your opponent fouls. Something we'll bring up again at a later stage during this match because it happens quite often.
That's right, Jim. Sometimes it's an advantage to play a deliberate foul to try and gain an advantage. As we see there, Jason Twist just pushing the red ball in front of the black ball. And you'll see a lot during this World Championships. The black, obviously, a very important part of the game. And if you can get control of the pocket that the black is nearest to, it gives you a big advantage. Terry here will be thinking about that black ball all the time, every shot he plays, to be either trying to dislodge it or even dislodge the red from the pocket it's closest to. Jason looking a little bit stronger favourite in this frame, the way the balls are situated. Just trying to cover the bag there with the red, and he's managed to do that. And I think we might see Terry Hunt playing a deliberate foul at some stage in this frame.
Yes, certainly Jason in a very strong position. Red balls over three of the pockets as we see it. And Terry Hunt really going to have to come up with something special to try and turn the tables in this opening frame. It's a best of 19 semifinal. First player to reach 10. It's going to be a long, hard road.
Yeah, both players are renowned for being potters in the game of pool. And so when it gets a little bit tactical like this, both players are not that used to the tactics, and so you could see either player all of a sudden trying to go for a finish that he probably wouldn't want to.
Well, Greg, that's why we've got you here. 10 years of professional, an Ireland international. We've got to assume that the tactical part of the game would be your forte.
30 seconds remaining.
Yes, well, having been a professional so long, Jim, the old eyes aren't what they used to be, and so you have to try and rely on a little bit of experience and tactical know-how when the balls don't seem to go in so often. It's becoming more and more a young man's game, as is the case with snooker, Jim, and the reason is because obviously your eyes and your enthusiasm are so much better at a younger age.
Well, Terry's really done nothing to improve his position. He hasn't dislodged any of the reds yet. This opening frame doesn't look like it's going to have an early conclusion.
Well, the one good thing about this frame going into a tactical battle is the fact that it will give both players a chance to just feel their way in and get their arm onto the table a few times. There's nothing worse than coming straight out into a match and the opponent blasting away and potting everything in sight before you've even had a chance to feel your way into the match.
Good shot, that one from Jason Twist. Opening that other red at the top of the table as we look. And there I feel Greg, he was attacking that yellow nearest the black to try and develop it.
Yeah, obviously the black's going to be a difficult ball to get on. And so trying to just move the yellow from it would have opened up the black for an easier shot. As it is, he hasn't managed to dislodge that yellow, so now he still has the problem with the red ball over the right top pocket.
30
He
seconds
needs
remaining.
to make sure he's got good position on the other red over the left side of the table. And where the cue ball is now, if he can return the cue ball to somewhere like that position, he will have a reasonably thin cut on the black. And there you can see just coming out into the centre of the table to have a fine cut on the black. It's not an easy shot, this.
One thing about it, if this doesn't go in, it's going to be over the pocket.
Yes, putting all the pressure onto Terry if it does hang over the bag.
Well, the gauntlet has been thrown. The challenge laid. Jason Twist has put his final black over the pocket. It's now down to Terry Hunt to dish up the remaining 6 yellows and try and pinch this opening frame.
Yes, I think we'll see Terry going to try and pot all the yellows now. The one reasonably bad yellow is positioned on the top cushion
20
nearest to
seconds
the black
remaining.
ball. And I think we'll see him trying to get on that as soon as possible. Could try and dislodge it at some stage with the 3 yellows that are nearest the top left-hand pocket, but I fancy him to try and get position on it. And there you go, very early on, getting absolutely perfect position on the worst yellow on the table, and now looking good.
This is the big yellow, though. Do or die right here. And it's going to be die. He needed that ball. And that miss means Jason Twist takes the opening frame. It's going to be 1-0 to him. It's a best of 19 semifinal, remember, so all to play for. Well, the way that he's playing right now, Greg, no one can be surprised that he is in front. The mistakes have been few and far between.
Yes, and there
They
you see
both are.
Jason potting off the break.
Yes, an open table.
Who'd bet against him clearing the table on this, Jim? Potted 2 reds, and I think he will be looking at the reds.
30 seconds remaining.
Red balls in play.
Yes, decided on the reds, and playing the double, not quite making it. But by nominating the reds, he is actually on the red balls
Yellow ball
now.
in play.
So Terry Hunt coming to the table on yellow balls.
And Greg, he's got an angle on this to possibly take the white over and develop the 2 aqua runes on the left-hand side.
Yes,
Ooh.
could be playing to nudge into the higher of those 2 yellows to leave him on the yellow into the bottom left-hand pocket. Even Terry Hunt, a strapping 6-footer, needing the
30
rest
seconds
on this
remaining.
particular shot. Those of you who are watching, you see Terry Hunt there, as I said, over 6 foot, needing the rest, and you can imagine the actual extra length of the size of this table in comparison to tables you're playing on in your pubs.
Yes, this is a 4x8 tournament table used here for the Embassy Championships. More times than not, the table's more familiar, the 3.5 by 7.
That's right, Jim.
And there's Vanessa Hunt, Terry's newlywed wife, just on the right with the dark hair there. Probably a little more concerned right now the way things are going. And he's giving her more reason to be concerned.
Yes, and you can see the confidence ebbing away out of Terry Hunt. Not surprisingly under the circumstances, but he's going to have to try and steel himself coming from Sheffield. Jason Twist now, wishing he could have an opportunity like this in every frame. I can't see him missing here, Jim, the way he's playing.
Well, certainly, Greg, this is probably one of the easiest clearances that have confronted Jason so far. He's made the tough ones. And wouldn't you know it? Isn't that the way it always goes? What appears to be simple has now turned out to be difficult.
That's the commentator's kiss of death again there, Jim.
Looks like he might be forced into this difficult plant now, Greg. If he gets it, back in prime position.
Yeah, going to have a problem holding the cue ball because the cue ball is going to be coming back down from where it's coming. And there you see, just rattling the red in the pocket. And now, is this the opportunity Terry Hunt needs to get back into this match?
That could well be a turning point.
Terry Hunt 4-0 down. Under the circumstances, a lot of pressure on this yellow ball now along the cushion. Not easy to get on the black ball, just going to have a look to try and make sure he's got good position on it.
And he's certainly missable along the cushion.
Yes, Jim, especially if you have to force them a little bit. There you see the yellow wobbling in the jaws but dropping in. Not perfect position on the black, and a lot of pressure now on Terry Hunt to get this black just composing himself a bit there, Jim, going back, having a wipe of the cue, getting his mind right and coming back hopefully to knock this black in.
Seconds remaining.
And that is a great pressure pot. And just look at where that cue ball has finished. Terry Hunt's heart must have been in his mouth. But he can sit down and relax now. He's taken his first frame. He still trails Jason Twist, however, 4 frames to 1 in this best of 19 semifinal. Will that lay the foundation for a bit of a comeback for Terry Hunt?
Terry Hunt right.
He's breaking off
4
here
frames
in
to 1.
frame 6, and he sure hopes so. Powerful break, but it looks like all 14 colors are still on the table, Greg.
Yeah, still not. I don't know for what reason, but he's still not using the break cue that he's been using earlier on in this championship. Maybe he ought to start thinking about it.
Yes, obviously no break cue. And again, we highlighted the fact that against Keith Brewer in his quarterfinal match, it was used and used well. Yellow ball's in play for Jason Twist. He's looking strong favorite early in frame 6.
Yes, but the fact that he messed up on a reasonably easy finish in the last frame will be still in his mind, and if he doesn't put that out of his mind, it can play a big part.
30 seconds remaining.
Black ball's in a difficult position, so he'll be looking to leave a yellow last to get onto that black ball, or even knock the black ball out into a potable position. Just screwing back up the table off this yellow ball. Needs good position.
Looks perfect, Greg. The man born in Sutton Coldfield. One thing he's got is a sense of humor. Asked to give a brief synopsis of his past. Said he started playing at 12, became a county player, and now almost completely bald. Gotta hand it to him.
30 seconds remaining.
Good friend of mine, Willie Thorne, gets teased an awful lot about his lack of hair.
Yes, Jason doesn't mind you talking about it that much, Jim, as long as you don't say it to him.
Well, I hope that this was written by him, Greg.
Just don't bump into him outside after the match, Jim. Looks as though he's taken the yellow ball into the bottom corner pocket. And he hasn't made it. Good position on the black there. But as is the case, when you're concentrating a lot on position, you tend to take your eye off the pot. And Jason Twist, missing the yellow, has a little bit of security in the fact that the yellow has covered one of Terry Hunt's reds. But with so many reds on the table, Terry Hunt in control in this frame now.
Total snooker.
Laying a total snooker on Jason. And the position of the red balls means difficult for Jason to play a deliberate foul, so deciding to try and pot the yellow. Has managed to hit it, but he's freed the pocket for Terry Hunt's two reds closest to that pocket. And I feel it won't be very long now before Terry Hunt gets his potting cue going to pot these reds.
Well, certainly it was a big one that he made on the black in the last frame. He's got to try and build on that.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Terry's just looking, he's looking to pot, but will be at each shot looking to make sure he doesn't leave Jason an opportunity if he does miss a pot. Just getting a slight kick on the cue ball there, I feel, Jim. Wanted to run through with the cue ball a little bit, and the kick has just stopped the white in its tracks. Things not going right for Terry Hunt at the moment. As we've seen in so many other cases, though, it only takes one little shot, one little incident to turn a match completely
30
round.
seconds remaining.
And I'm sure Jason Twist will be well aware of that. Bad shot. Terry not cueing half as well as Jason Twist at the moment. And you can see that in that miss on the red ball, giving Jason an excellent opportunity on this yellow. That's a great shot from Jason Twist there. Cue power. coming into effect.
And the black wipes its feet, but enters the pocket. And Jason Twist, very thankful indeed. He now leads Terry Hunt 5 frames to 1 in this best of 19 men's semifinal.
10th frame, Terry Hunt break, trailing 6 frames to 3.
Terry Hunt with a tremendous clearance in the preceding frame. And just have a look at that. He's got his break cue back. Hasn't been breaking too well with his other cue.
Foul.
And if that pattern continues, he might put that back in the drawer. Wanted to throw it away.
2 visits, open time.
It was a great clearance in the last frame. He's got to try and use that as a foundation from which to try and build a comeback. But you can't be breaking the balls like that. You're turning it right over to your opponent.
Yes, and the worst thing about the cue ball coming off the table there, Jim, is that unlike if you're going off the break, if the cue ball comes off the table, it gives your opponents 2 visits.
Seconds remaining.
Couldn't have hoped for a better start to this second session, Jason Twist.
Yellow ball's in play.
Not played that shot too well. Ended up with the cue ball too close to the yellow ball for comfort, and now will probably be bridging right over the top of that yellow ball close to the cue ball. Hampered cueing. Still has 2 visits though. Might be looking to try and make the plant into the bottom left-hand corner. No, just enough room to squeeze the closest yellow in. And he's done that very well, bridging over the yellow ball. Hasn't got perfect position on another yellow, but will be happy to keep his 2 visits. Just taking his time, having a look.
And obviously there, Greg choosing to develop the most awkward of the yellows. So very clear in his mind. Looks to be going for it all right here.
Close shot from Jason there, using one of his 2 visits, knowing that the cue ball was going into a good potable position for the next yellow. Hasn't played that one too well though, Jim. And we'll be having a look to see if he can squeeze a pot out of one of these yellows.
Seconds remaining.
Just looking to play a bit of a safe shot here, I think, Jim.
Yes, Greg, good containing shot from Jason. Now Terry Hunt at the table.
Silver snooker.
Seconds remaining.
Well, very fortunate as well to be joined in the commentary box here by this year's finalist, who's a very interested spectator watching who he's going to be playing here. And another interesting story. The break cue that Terry Hunt has been using just happens to be
Foul.
Daz Ward's. And that's who's joined me in the box. Daz, familiar looking implement there.
Yes, Jim, yeah, thanks a lot. Glad to be here. Yeah, I've purchased a cue about 6 months ago. It's a tip. I do play with an extremely fine tip. And for me to bash the balls as you have to in this style of play, it just threw me tip to bit. So more or less forced into using it like Ricky or like that, really.
Another interesting point as well, Daz. You and Terry, both Sheffield-based, practice partners.
Yeah,
and I hear that you were his best man at his recent wedding.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're great pals. Off the table, that is. If he gets through to the final, I'm sure we'll have to get rid of that attitude. You know what I mean?
Now, I've got to ask you, are you going to let him use the break cue if he gets to the final?
Well, if he
30
breaks like
seconds
he just
remaining.
broke there, yeah, he can use it. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, what then are you going to use, Daz?
I'll just use the 2 shots he gives me. No, yeah. If he wants to borrow it, he can borrow it, yeah. Every ball of posse at the cost of a tenner.
Well, I know you want to get some rest. It was a long day for you. And I want to thank you for stopping by with us and having a word. And we'll keep an eye on proceedings here and let you know how it goes.
Yeah, cheers then, Jim. Thanks a lot, mate.
Meanwhile, Daz's Ward's good friend, Terry Hunt, in a spot of bother because it's Jason Twist right now. Exercising now his second visit. And he's freed the yellow and with it the black. Big opportunity this, Greg.
Yeah, black ball just going a little bit closer to the cushion for comfort. I think Jason might just have the angle to screw back. Or even to come off across the side cushion and back over for the black. No, didn't quite have the angle, so looks as though he's going to be playing a double into the centre pocket. Here we go.
Well, he got one of them, Greg, but it was the wrong color. And that, most surely, is going to cost him that frame. Even though all 7 reds remaining, just look at the positioning of them. And lest we forget, Terry Hunt will have 2 visits. Got to be big favorite to clear up here.
Yes, and it's just the start that Terry Hunt wanted after the falter on the break shot, sending the cue ball off the table. Very relieved to be back at the table, especially with 2 visits. And his tail will be right up now, Terry Hunt, looking to make it 6-4, pegging the score back. And this is turning out to be a hell of a battle between these 2 potters.
And from 6-1, he trailed at one time. If he can pull back to 6-4, it's going to be Jason Twist that's really going to be feeling the pressure.
Yes, the break just come in at the right time for Terry Hunt. Gave him time to go out, compose himself, and he's come back. Looks like a new man. So what a cup of coffee and a bit of fresh air can do for you, Jim.
This simple black, he never needed his second visit. Terry Hunt pulls another frame back. That's 3 in a row he's taken now. He just trails by 2 in this race to 10 in the Embassy 95 Whirlpool Championship. And he really got the chance when Jason Twist missed the double that he attempted on the last black. All 7 of Terry's colors on the table. And when he went in off, it was all a matter of history.
Ball's not dropping in for Jason now, Jim. And Terry back at the table. He'll be glad now to be getting his arm on the table. hopefully start potting some balls.
Murderers Row. Keith Brewer and Lee Kendall. Two champions in their own right. The UK number 1 on 2.
Yes, they look reasonably happy about being in that situation,
30
don't they,
seconds
Jim?
remaining.
They're a couple real good lads. I've come to get to know them real well, and bad miss that one from Terry Hunt. That's not the way that he wants to carry on. He's built up the momentum. And with shots like that going astray, he's going to turn it right over to Jason Twist.
Well, early on in this match, Jim, Jason was cueing beautifully. So, hasn't had too many opportunities in the last 3 frames. So we'll see. Now he's got his hand on the table, whether his cue action's still going through as straight as it was earlier on.
Earlier on, as you said, Greg, this would have been a formality for Jason the way he was cueing. But he is under a lot more pressure now.
Yes, the closer the finishing line you get, the tighter your arm becomes, and that's when it's all important to keep that cue going straight through like an arrow. Just running out of position there, didn't want to kiss the yellow ball with that sort of contact. And looks to have snookered himself. Can see the centre of those 3 reds, I think, just the outside of it, and might be looking to just playing the red closest to the black, I think, nudging it down, developing all 3 reds, not really leaving Terry Hunt in a good position, so salvaging something from a bad positional shot there, Jim.
Yes, that's right, Greg. You and I both spotted the fact that he could see that middle red. That looked to have been a better option, actually. But he elected to free the black. Now we're going to have to wait and see if it works in his favor.
Well, the yellow ball on the left-hand cushion nearest to the
seconds
cue
remaining.
ball will be causing Terry Hunt the most problems, and straight away you can see he's going to try and pot that all the way down the cushion, and he's rattled it in the top. And now, has he left Jason Twist a chance to clear these 3 reds and the black? Can't pot one of these 2 reds, so electing to play a little safety stroke. Played it well, developed the 2 reds into possible positions, and has put Terry Hunt back under pressure. Referee just checking there to see if it's a total snooker or not.
And he says no. And I think what that means is that a ball still has to hit a cushion after contact, Greg. And that's really a big decision.
30 seconds remaining.
That's right, Jim. So Terry only being able to see the edge of these yellows, so going to have to take the cue ball onto the side cushion, I feel. Played it a little bit hard, and we might see Jason trying to tuck in behind these 2 reds. Just having a look at it there to see if it's worthwhile playing the snooker. And he's played a foul, he hasn't hit the cue ball hard enough, and it hasn't reached the cushion by a millimetre or so, and Terry Hunt lives to fight again. Has the cue ball picked up, being a foul snooker, he's allowed to ask the referee to return the cue ball behind the baulk line, and now with all the yellows at his mercy, with 2 visits, Terry Hunt looking favourite to close the gap to only one frame.
And really, a bit of carelessness from Jason Twist. He was in total command in this frame. And now he's turned it right over to Terry.
Yes, Jim, that's how accurate this game has to be. We're talking 1 millimetre away from the cushion there. The difference between having a good snooker and total control of the frame or a foul shot and completely the opposite control to your opponent.
Yes, he's manufactured a loss from a winning position.
Terry Hunt looking more and more confident with every shot. Jason Twist looking dejected, sitting in his chair. There's nothing you can do when you're sitting down in that chair, Jim.
£5,000 to the eventual winner of the 1995 Embassy World 8-Ball Pool Championship. And the winner of this match will be guaranteed $2,500 as a guaranteed runner-up. And it is a prestigious title. And now, Terry Hunt with this black. And remember, still 2 visits. You may not even need it. In it goes, and Terry Hunt has just taken his 4th frame on the spin. Now trailing Jason Twist 6 frames to 5 in this race to 10. Breaking off with his own cue. We asked him. He used the break cue against Keith Brewer in his quarterfinal match. And he can't believe just nothing is working for him right now. And the reason that he went to his cue and put the break cue away was in the middle of that match. Nothing was going right. He changed and he turned it around. Here, it's been nothing going right no matter what.
Yes, well, it seemed to work very well against me in the last 32, Jim. He was using it to utmost effect.
Yes, Greg, you were an 8-2 loser to Terry, and obviously very qualified to be sat here with me during one of his matches.
Yes, he's been playing very well all the way
Right,
through this
percentage
tournament, Jim, Terry. And I'm not surprised that having gone 6-1 down, he's now well back into this match. 6-5. Here we have Jason Twist, though. Another golden opportunity on the yellow balls. Needs to compose himself and make sure he doesn't run out of position. In putting this yellow ball into the centre pocket, he'll be taking the cue ball away from the rest of the yellows, so she'll be trying to come back down amongst the yellows. Has caught one of the red balls, so still a fair distance away. Just going to try and play this one yellow ball down onto the other yellow ball into the pocket. And there you have it. Stunning the cue ball into the side cut into hold position for those 2 yellows on the right hand side of the table. All 3 yellows still in a good possible position. The black ball looks as though it will go into the top right hand pocket. So Jason Twist, excellent opportunity here to re-establish a 2-frame lead.
There really shouldn't be any stumbling blocks here. It's his to win or lose.
Yes, and he hasn't played that as well as he could have expected. He's going to be running towards these 3 red balls. So has to make sure he doesn't leave himself Chinese snookered, Jim. And he's played it fairly well, and I expect him to knock this black into the top right-hand corner pocket. A good comeback here from Jason, under pressure.
And a very confident black. And you just know that he needed a visit like that to reinstill some of the flagging confidence. He stopped the rot and now leads Terry Hunt by 7 frames to 5 in this best of 19 men's semifinal. And you know that that was exactly what the doctor ordered. That was a terrific black. It wasn't easy, but he got down, kept his rhythm, and knocked it into the center of the pocket. That man trails, but he's the one that's
14th
attacking.
frame, Terry Hunt
He'll be
frame,
breaking off here in the
7 frames
14th
to 6.
frame. He hasn't had a good break all day, and he desperately needs one here.
Yeah, he's due a good break, I think, Jim. Give his right arm to have one on this particular instance. And as has happened for the best part of this match, Terry Hunt not getting a good break. And Jason Twist coming back to the table, relieved that no ball has gone in. Surveying the situation, weighing it up. Ball's fairly open.
Well, really, it looks as though the yellow's the popular choice. Wouldn't have mattered what color he took, I was about to say, Greg, because every one of them are going to be potable.
Yes, that's right, Jim. And Jason just clearing probably the worst yellow for position down the rail there. And still in prime position, has a yellow into the centre pocket. Might be looking to come across the table here to get on the left-hand yellow. It's over the other side of the table. There we can see it at the top of your screen.
Just making sure in his
30
mind
seconds remaining.
where he wants to position the white.
Played a kiss into one of the yellows, and I think he can just squeeze through to get the centre of those 3 yellows into the corner pocket. There you see, just through the gap, screws back into the red, onto the yellow, and still has a yellow into the same corner pocket. Should be coming round off 2 cushions here over to the left hand side of the table. I think to take that yellow up the top left side cushion, and there he's played it absolutely perfect, Jim. Could be a little bit straight on this yellow, so might be just punching it in to create a little bit of an angle to get it slightly closer to the remaining yellow.
Just this yellow and black.
Needs to hold the white. Let's run through for the centre pocket.
Excellent performance from Jason Twist. Again, the best possible reply to the fight back by Terry Hunt. He leads in this best of 19 semifinal by 8 frames to 6. And really the difference in this match so far has been Terry Hunt's inability to score off the break. Here, another good example. Maximum displacement of all the balls, but nothing finding its way to a pocket. And that allowing Jason Twist in for a frame-winning clearance.
16th frame, Terry Hunt's break, trailing 9 frames to 6.
Terry Hunt there, managing to pop one eventually off the break. Could that be the turning point? It's an uphill struggle all the way here. Needs to win all the final 4 frames to snatch this match out of Jason Twist's hands.
Comeback starts here again. He's done it once. Can he mount another one?
30 seconds remaining.
Just taking the cue ball too close to the cushion for comfort there. Still fancy Terry to pop this red into the right top pocket, but has limited control over the cue ball. So we'll be just running it in. And has he left himself a gap through all those balls there to pot the lower of those 3 reds on the left hand side of the table? I feel sure if he can see it, he will be going for it. And there you can see from our camera angle, he can just squeeze through
30 seconds remaining.
to that red, which is the lower of those 3.
Would have liked to have been better placed, though. He's trailing 9 frames to 6. He's up against it now. At one stage, he put a 4-frame winning streak together. He's going to have to do it again if he's going to be playing in the final.
Gone very, very close to the red here, Jim. So a little short, sharp jab. And he's played it very well, holding the cue ball by cannoning into one of Jason Twist's yellows. A perfect position on the red in the centre pocket. And now still has the problem. Could be a bit straight on this red into the centre, in which case all you can do is go forwards or backwards.
30 seconds.
And he's managed to force an angle by just stunning it slightly, and he's played it excellent to get through the gap between the 2 yellows to the 1 remaining red. Just having a look to see if the black goes into the bottom left hand corner off this red.
This has been a great clearance from Terry Hunt. Time performance. And it's put him in good stead. That's one that he needs. He pulls it back. He still trails Jason Twist now. 9 frames to 7 in this best of 19 semifinal. And it was a tricky little red that Terry Hunt knocked into the center. That one paved the way for him to go ahead and take the frame. Good little shot. First time all day in the semifinal he has drawn level, and we are down to 1 frame to decide who is going to provide Daz Ward's opposition in the 1995 Embassy World Championship. That frame really highlighted very early by a terrific shot here, forcing the red into the corner pocket off the yellow. It opened the frame right up, and Terry Hunt quick to pounce on it for a win.
I have to say it, I think Terry Hunt is now favourite.
And Jason breaks off just after the customary handshake. And that really showing a lot of class and sportsmanship that all these players possess. And he didn't get a ball, Greg.
Yes, as has happened a lot in this match. No ball down off the break, and Terry Hunt at the table, having pulled back from 9-6 down, now at 9 each, and all to play for.
30 seconds remaining.
Final frame decider. Terry deciding to take red balls.
Red ball's in play.
And has he gone too close to the yellow? He could be very unlucky there if he can't see the red.
Well, I think his reaction says it all. There's the dilemma. Total snooker awarded, so all he has to do is make contact with the red.
I'm sure he'd have preferred to be able to see this red to pot it, Jim. The table was there for his mercy. And now,
30
might
seconds
just try
strike.
and swerve around the edge of the yellow to try and pot the red in the corner. Didn't quite manage that.
Yellow ball's play.
Yeah, nothing else he could do, really. Jason Twist in with the yellow balls to play. And this is the second match in a row that Jason Twist has been forced to a deciding frame from which to try and continue his journey to the final goal of the Embassy crown. He beat Stacy Vine 9-8 in the quarterfinals. And here he is yet again against Terry Hunt in with one frame to go.
And just potting a yellow in the centre bag there, wiping its feet, but it's gone in nonetheless. And now Jason Twist with a golden opportunity to snatch this match out of Terry Hunt's hands.
And I wonder how she feels about it. Any fingernails left?
Thirty seconds remaining.
Jason Twist trying to hold himself together. Still in good position on the yellows. We'll be trying to make sure that that cue ball is inch perfect on every shot. And I think he's left himself Chinesed on the yellow in the centre pocket. Not happy. I think a little bit of a tightening of the cue arm there, Jim.
Pretty understandable given the circumstances. Whichever one of these two can hold themselves together, it's going to be an integral part into deciding who
30
goes
seconds
through.
remaining.
Played it very well, Jim. Held himself together, and he can get through the cluster of balls there. Pot the yellow into the bottom right corner pocket. I think what we'll see Jason doing here is potting that ball in there and now running round off. Good control of the cue ball needed here, Jim. Touch your right hand side, coming round off two cushions. He's under-hit it a little bit, and he knows it, but he's still got a shot into the centre pocket. Not as easy as he would have liked.
I think, Greg, about as difficult as he would have liked. This very, very hard. Acute angle into the center. And what a pot. Absolutely brilliant, especially given the circumstances, and Terry Hunt has to acknowledge that.
Terry Hunt will be cursing that cue ball coming to rest, touching the yellow ball, thereby stopping him seeing his red. This for the match.
It's in, and Jason Twist has done it. What a tremendous performance, and he couldn't have asked for it to come at a better time. That's 2 matches in a row. He's won the decider. He's just defeated Terry Hunt by 10 frames to 9, and he will face Daz Ward in the finals of the 1995 Embassy World Pool Championship.
And congratulations to Jason. A fantastic performance, and what a great match it was to watch, but it must have been purgatory to play in.
Absolute nightmare. 4-0 up, 6 Up at the break, I thought I'm cruising here, no problem. I just pulled it back. 9-all, can't believe it.
Of course, you went to a deciding frame in your quarter-final match as well. You must enjoy living on the edge.
Well, you never know.
And what about Terry? It was a fantastic battling performance, wasn't it? He didn't know when he was beaten.
Yeah, he showed a lot of guts to come back from that, yeah.
Well, you've been playing this game since you were 12. Has it always been an ambition of yours to become world champion?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Obviously, it's the best thing you can do. And hopefully I'll be doing that later on.
One more hurdle, and it's your England teammate, Dazzling Daz. How do you fancy that?
It's going to be a good game, good open game, I think. Quietly confident.
Okay. Well, Jason, very well done. Congratulations. It was a brilliant match, and commiserations to Terry. It really was a tremendous, dramatic encounter going right down to the wire, the deciding frame. But in the end, it's Jason Twist who's through to the final of the 1995 Embassy World Pool Championships. We know the lineup now then. It's Dazzling Daz Ward against Jason Twist. Of course, you'll see that final on Sky Sports. Join us for that. Bye-bye for now.